in our country. So during these times, we're wearing masks and we're sanitizing. But for the sake of clarity, we're taking off our masks, my guest and I. But we will be sanitizing and we will be maintaining social distancing. You are seeing that we are about a meter apart from each other. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a very good morning to you and a super warm welcome to the hashtag PusherBW live sessions. Now, PusherBW is a movement that's all about Reka Botswana. What we're saying is buy Botswana, eat Botswana, smell Botswana, travel Botswana. Just make sure you're boosting the economy. So in keeping with that, I've done just that and gotten myself dolled up today by Lebang Leather. That's who's dressed me this particular morning. And I've got my bag coming through from Kobe Twins, which are both leather outfitters, leather makers right here in BW. But today our focus is on the bulb world, and I have with me Kiamohetse. I'm going to call her Angel, that's her middle name, Khomelo, in our makeshift studio. A very good morning to you. Welcome to PusherBW, Angel.
Thank you, Kathy. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, we're really glad to have you because the bulb world really shifted our world sometime last year, where I believe you really got out into the market. Though I know the company started in 2018. Perhaps, Angel, just start off telling us a little bit about the bulb world and share with us your journey into where you are right now.
Yes, the bulb world was first listed in 2017. It started operating in 2018, and we started going into stores in 2019. The Bulb World is a company that is based in Pique. Our factory is out in Pique, and our headquarters is in Gaborone. We are a youth-owned company and a youth-run company. We are 100% citizen from the owner to the staff. So everybody there is Motswana ke bana hela ba mo gae ba le ba itseng like you and me.
So it's very exciting because you've brought some of the products that you've got available. I think these are products that we're familiar with.
Yes.
These type of bulbs are the ones that most of the time we use in our homes. Very quickly take us through them and then we'll talk others.
Yes, these are our A line, which are basically the products that you find in your normal retail and hardware stores. If you know your normal pin and screw, yeah, Hannah, you know it. It's in your house, somewhere in your house. We've got your normal pin and screw. So this is our main line. We also have our downlights. If you've seen them, if you're still now we're shopping them. We've got your downlights. You've got your normal tubes, which you'll see in some kitchens, in some warehousing. We've got those as well, and we've got our filament lights as well, which is what you'd normally find in your retail store.
Very exciting stuff. Now, we are going through a huge challenge as a nation right now. COVID-19 has hit so many businesses, and I trust and believe that you not only felt the impact of COVID, but then you came up with something that I think is so exciting as part of your response as the bulb world to COVID-19. Talk to me about that.
We did. Like everybody else, we felt the impact of COVID-19. We had our challenges, we had our ups and downs, but we came out. We had the support of Botswana, and we came out with a new product in that light as well. As I just showed you, we already have our existing products. We also have others apart from these that are more industrial use, but also along the way we came up with our UVC germicidal units, which facilitate how then you can clean up your air and clean up your surfaces, just like we know we sanitize. We've just been sanitizing, but also we took it a step further, saying we are in the lighting business. What within our range of work can we do then to bring a bit of safety in that light? So we then introduced the UVC units, which are units that disinfect the air and surfaces.
I definitely want to know a little bit more about these UVC lights that you're talking about.
Yes.
There's one here that you were
Yes.
explaining to me yesterday when we caught up.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about it.
The unit that you see on the side.
This one.
Yes, I don't know if you can pass it over.
Mm-hmm.
This is our handheld unit that basically disinfects your surfaces.
Okay.
So if it's your coffee tables like this, if you're in a restaurant, in a hotel, or somewhere where, or meeting rooms where people babanzi thing, after that you can clean it up, wash it up, and then basically plug it in, and then hover the unit over, and the light hits the surface, and then it disinfects in that way. So the way these lights work is that they basically alter the DNA of the pathogen so that they don't multiply, and basically stopping them where they are. So that's how UVC light then disinfects. The same as with our other two units. This is our main handheld one.
How safe is that?
How safe?
I mean, if it goes, if I
Well,
accidentally put this over my own skin, is it going to?
We obviously, these are not in your retail shops, and for that reason to say UVC light, you need your PP you need your safety goggles obviously to use that. You need your gloves, you need to be wearing something that's long sleeved to use this. So we're not selling these to your retails, and you can't easily just buy them. Same as if you're in a corporate and you want to use these units, would then say, let us come in, let us train your staff on how to use them, and also let us then see what you're using them for, so that we can then recommend what you might need for them. Yes.
Okay, there's more products available, these UVC lights.
Yes.
Talk to me about them.
We've got, obviously that is for your surfaces, that's handheld, and that does that for your surfaces. But then we also have those that we've got meeting rooms, we've got open spaces, classrooms, and in those areas you've got air circulating, you've got multiple people in the room. Even though the number of people are limited within those rooms, then we're saying install another safety measure to then clean the air in there. I'm going to start with this one because this is a unit. This is our lay-in unit, and this basically gets installed into your ceilings.
Okay.
Obviously would come in and measure your rooms and see where people are seated, and then install this into your ceiling. And basically what it does, it's air comes in through one side. The light goes over the light, it gets disinfected, and then the air goes out the other side. So these are installed obviously in rooms that you have your workstations and people are there on a day-to-day basis. They spend the day there, and then that's what it does. You can have it running throughout the day. And if you notice, these have, unlike that one, these that are used in public spaces are not, they don't have the light exposed.
Okay.
So no one has direct contact with the light, and that is used because we don't want direct. Obviously, too much exposure then would hurt your eyes and stuff like that. But they are put in units to avoid all of that and making them safe to use in any open space or any room with any number of people.
Hashtag
Yes.
PushaBW. So if you are watching and we'd love to hear from you, go ahead and leave your comment. Remember, Brand Botswana page on Facebook is how you can get a hold of us and get in touch with us. Go ahead and share your comments with us. There is another one, Angel, I believe,
Yes.
the portable version of this
Of
one, because
this,
this
yes.
one, this UVC light, it actually needs to be installed in whichever space. But if you have a space or you have different rooms where you use different spaces, you can get one that can move around with you to those different
Yes.
spaces. Talk to me.
Yes, that would be the one in the center down here.
Okay.
And basically the way that works, it has a similar concept to the one that I just showed you. But obviously some rooms, you have some meeting rooms that are used on occasion or are booked, and then would then say that would be the one you can use. Then in that meeting, we can have that running within that meeting. If after that meeting you can switch it off, if there's another meeting somewhere else, take it to that area as well. It's portable and can be moved around in that sense. Yes.
And it works the same way
It works
as
the
this one
same.
that you've
It has
been
the same
explaining.
concept, is that it circulates the air and cleans the air as it comes into the unit, goes over the light, gets disinfected, and then clean air comes out on the other side.
Going back to this particular one, or even with that one, is there a certain amount of space where it will work? So for example, if you have one unit, does it cover a certain, say 10 meters or 10 square meters? So if I have a space that's 100 square meters, would I need to get 10 of those units? How, or is that where you come in and assess?
That's where we come in and assess. Obviously, size of the room matters. Number of people occupying the room matters, because they are set out that way. And then if you've got a room, I think one of these can disinfect about an average size living room, if I may put it in that size. So if you've got an area that's longer, or it's in a larger open space, then we'll come and do the measurements and tell you, okay, you may need within this space, and this number of people in this space, this is the number of units that would recommend that you put in that area.
So that it works with both of
It
these
works
units.
with both.
And
yes.
then with this, the hovering one, how does
The
that
hovering
one work?
one obviously would then say use it at the end of the day when everybody's out, or at the end of the meeting when everybody's out, and you wipe them down, you wipe your areas down, and then disinfect the surfaces after that.
Now,
Yes.
I wanted to bring attention to these particular lights because they're part of what you've come up with during COVID-19.
Yes.
But COVID-19 has affected so many industries and so many businesses in Botswana. And as the only locally manufacturing, local manufacturer of LED lights,
Yes.
when we first spoke, I said to you, oh, I'm sure COVID must have been great. It must have
Yes.
actually been good because that means borders are closed and you're the only
Yes.
supplier in town. What was the impact of COVID on the bulb world?
Obviously, like everybody else, we had our processes slowed down. Processes from everything from getting raw materials, from production, from supply into the stores. We're mainly so far supplying into your retail stores.
Okay.
So every one of those steps was delayed in that sense. So when we say we're in these stores, sometimes you'll get people be like, you were here this week, and we're just like, just bear with us with that one, because everything has slowed down, including our supply, because it backs up from you getting raw materials, starting to produce and getting all the stuff in, and other stuff like that. So yeah.
But apart from these, as well as the UVC lights that you just shared with
Yes.
us, you also have lights that would work on a larger scale. I believe
Yes.
you have street lights as well.
Yes, these that I've shown you mainly, especially our A-line, is for your household. Obviously, some offices also use those lights, but we also have your industrial lighting. Everything from, like I said, we've got our panels, which go into your offices and replace your normal panels that sitting on the tube. We've got tubes, not just these ones, but we've got D1.2 and D1.5, which are usually used in warehousing. We've got floodlights, which are, if you notice, a lot of security buildings use floodlights. We've got D50 watts, 100 watts, 150 watts, and 200 watts. So those are for your stadium, for your high masts. People that are in construction will know what a high mast is. Those lights, and they kind of cover your parking lots, your outside your buildings. We also have street lighting. And a lot of our bigger lighting, our industrial lighting, we build to spec. So it's not just come see what we have and take it home, but we're saying come and tell us what you need and let us design the lighting that you need. If you've got a building, if you've got a stadium, if you've got a field, if you've got a warehouse, we come in and you tell us the type of lighting you want. We go in, we then do all of that, look at the specs that you're looking for, the type of lighting. Do you want it dimmable? You want cameras in there? Do you want it with solar panels, without solar panels? And then we design those and do that for you.
So all of that to specification.
Yes, it's built to
This is another one of the lights that you have. Talk
Yes.
to me about this one.
This is, like I said, this is our panel. So if you look at in most offices, you get those panels that are in the roof, just like going down. So these are a replacement of those that require tubes.
Okay.
So instead of getting those that is saying any tube, then you can put this instead. It has the same effect, if not better. So you've got these in 60 centimeters by 60 centimeters, or 120 centimeters, sorry, by 60 centimeters.
Okay.
Emma.
So that's the different sizes.
So
of
that's
these
the different
lights.
sizes that we have of these.
So in a it's any tube. What happens? Bulb is what happens with this one?
Well, this one obviously with LED, it's one your normal bulb. Our bulbs, the unique thing about LED is that LEDs last a really long time. If you notice that all our products have a 2-year guarantee, meaning that if before then, you can come back to us and be like, batung, can I relay your product is this? But on average, used correctly, obviously, your bulb is supposed to last between 6 and 9 years. That we're making. So let's on it say you call us back and be like, batung, can I relay? And then also they don't when you see it now, when it comes to its life coming to an end, it starts to dim.
Okay.
It doesn't completely.
It doesn't just.
It doesn't just bow. And then you'll notice, okay, no, its lifespan is coming to an end.
Does that apply with all, or just with
it
these
applies
ones?
with all,
With
all
all of-
LED lights.
Oh, nice. So talk to us about the journey that you've been on as the bulb world. As I said, I recall it was 2019 where you really started flooding the market, and as you said, you've gotten into retail space.
Yes.
Talk to me about some of the challenges, and then while we're at it, let's speak on the highlights, because it's been about a year or so.
Yes.
And 2020 certainly has been a very interesting year, if I
Yes.
can put it that way.
I think let me start with the highlights. The highlights obviously is going into these stores. Some of these stores have been really welcoming in having us there and have made the process easy for us, and therefore going to Botswana. And Botswana have come to the party. They have come forth and they have supported us. We sell out of some of these stores and some of these locations every 2 weeks. We are supposed to be replenishing, and that's something that little now we're taken aback and we're really happy for. And they go on our pages, they give feedback, and they call us to where they are. So we are truly happy for that, and we're grateful. I would say the challenges within the retail aspect would be listing. All shops are different. Some will straight out say no, we don't take, or we're either not listing anyone at this moment, which is another challenge. COVID, to say right now we've closed all listing, including for Botswana products, and others will just say no, we're not doing that. Others that were not in just have a bit of a slower processes. Obviously, they were also due to COVID affecting them as well. So that's another thing that we've seen that we're having right now.
Let's talk some of the highlights, some of your success stories. I do believe you said getting into the retail space was a big one for you.
Yes. Going into retail obviously is a big one, but also being able to cover Botswana. We're not just in Gaborone, we're not just in Pique, but we've seen ourselves go all the way to Maung. We've seen ourselves go into Francistown, Serowe, Palape, Jwaneng, Zabong. We've been able to spread out and say, Botswana, this is your light. This is not just for us, Gaborone, Le Francistown, Le Pique hela, but let us spread out. Let us be able to reach every Motswana ko gae. And that's what we're really looking for, to be able for Motswana mongwe le mongwe ko gae a ba le ba 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 be ke a rona e dikolo mo gae ke bana ba Batswana ba re ba itseng wa bona e be re this is for them.
I
So
know,
we're very
Angel,
proud of
that one of the things on your wish list is to go big in
Yes.
terms of the projects that you're working on.
Yes.
So partnering with corporates, partnering with government, I think is the next on your to-do
Yes.
list. Talk to me about what is happening and what you wish could happen.
Obviously, with corporates and government, would really love them to start using us. Obviously, retail, we've got the support from Botswana, but now we're saying corporates, government, please come on board and help us, because we've got other products. We've been successful in pushing these products,
Yeah.
but Bonet, your panels for your offices, your street lighting, your all of those, would really love a chance for those as well, and to showcase that we are able to do these, we have these, and we can build to spec and implement just like any other company would. So that's the biggest opportunity we're looking for.
Ke letse ke kgatlhilwe ke di-street light tsa lona tse e leng gore di dirisa solar. I think that is very exciting, because we are in a time where we're speaking about green energy.
Yes.
So the idea of #PushaBW, me while you're #PushaBW, still being able to push the green economy, I think is an exciting one. Talk to me a little bit about that solar light.
Yes. Obviously, with that, being able to build to spec, a lot of street lighting is moving away from Yeredwetsing to now LED. And with LED, there's so many more possibilities with it, which is why we built to spec. So one would say, I want a panel with it, which is separate, and others would want something that's compact, that is integrated with a solar panel and the street lighting, and it lights down as well. Also being able to have them dimmable, have them motion censored, all of those things are things that we can do as well.
I like that.
So it helps in saving power, obviously becoming more green, and also just having longer life in terms of your lighting.
You said LED has so many options.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit more, because when we speak security, I think this is a really big one as
Yes.
well. When you speak security, having a light that can sense if it's dark and then just automatically switch on makes a big difference, because even if you're not home, when it's dark, your lights are on.
Yes.
You know, that security aspect is a big one. Talk to me about some of the possibilities that LED avails us.
With LED, obviously, like you've already mentioned, we have that being able to have a bulb that's integrated and firstly be rechargeable. So load shading, how if you're still connected, it would still give you about 3 hours of lighting until motakasubo, which is, and some of these we are still in process of developing them. They're not here yet, but they will be coming out soon. You also have the possibility of having them dimmable. You have the possibility of having them like be motion censored, and not just that, rather than having a sensor and a light bulb separately, you have the possibility of having them
You have the motion sensor in the light bulb.
Yes, within the light bulb. You've got possibility of because especially with the street lights, you know, that motion sensor, not having them completely go off, but maybe dimming to 80% or 60%, and then when there's light or there's movement, and then they will go back to being at 100%. So those possibilities are a lot, and we're still exploring with that, and as time goes on and as we establish our ground, we will look into those as well.
#PushaBW. I'm
Yes.
seeing Joey Mutivi sending us a whoop whoop, and whoop whoop right back to you.
Yes.
Do know that in about 2 weeks' time we will be having another session, because we are trying to showcase what we have available in Botswana, and there really is plenty. We've said that we're trying to get you to buy Botswana, to eat Botswana, to smell Botswana, you know, because at the end of the day, that's how we're going to be able to boost this economy. Angel, talk to me about way forward. What do you see happening? What are you working on? I mean, you've just touched on some of the things
Yes.
that are happening right now. What else can we expect from the bulb world?
Currently, what you should expect, obviously, is for us to go into more stores. obviously ra utlwa Batswana ba lela ba re bata kwa gae. Batswana are truly supporting.
Which stores are you in right now?
Yes, the stores that we're currently in right now, we are in Square Mart, Palapa and Gaborone. We are in selected Choppy stores, and we will be going into more soon. We are in Shield Electrical. We are both Yakwanola Gaborone. We are in Builders Warehouse, Gaborone and Francistown. We are in Welcome Cash and Carry. We're in Daily Needs. So let's say and anyone who has a supermarket or that is not from your main store, or and you want to sell our product, feel free to contact us, and we will gladly list you and have you as one of our vendors, because get product there Botswana, we want Botswana to own it, and we want Botswana something I am willing to take this on and sell it within my area.
It's coming to the table more and more, the issue of we want to buy local, but the problem with local is product the bulb world, but it's local, but whoa, you cost 5 times more than ABC that I was already using.
That is not the case with us. That's one of those things that we really have worked hard on, to say whether retail or individual, we've made our prices in such a way that it is affordable. Like I keep saying, product there and we want it to be affordable and accessible to every Motswana. And in that light, saying every store that we're in, we have been priced as either the lowest or within the range of every other product, because we want to be able to be competitive and to be able to sell just as any other brand is. And for Botswana to then choose us because we are there and we are affordable for them. And that's one thing that we're really big on. We want to be accessible and affordable to Motswana mongwe le mongwe in every store that you go in, which is why I say if only shop le supermarket only come to us and we'll list it, and so that even in that store it is affordable for every Motswana.
I think I can actually even verify that, because as I was doing my rounds, as part of my work at Builders Warehouse, I did see your product. We were talking security, and it was actually the cheapest with regards to, we were talking floodlights, and so it was the cheapest. And I remember saying, hey, why is this one cheap? And I was told, no, this is a local product, and because it's still market entry, they're really making sure they are priced at a place which works for them. So kudos to you on that one.
Thank you.
Because when you talk that, and then we wonder, are you sure your quality is okay? Yes. Because it means quality is a bit dubious.
We can assure Botswana this product is of the highest quality that it can be. And that's another thing, obviously, we talk about, and we had to think about and come to the party about and say it has to be a quality product. And we had to strike that balance between the quality and the pricing of it. Obviously, leather stores, as you go into these stores, they do their own quality checks, they do their own testing. Some will even say, no, bring us, let's change ours and see how yours fare with the others before we even list you, so we can assure you that we are of the best quality. You can go even on our Facebook page. People have gone and said, I've used this product before, I am happy with it.
Angel Hanona Santana Rebelela, what she has coming through and what we can expect from the bulb world. But I do believe we've got about maybe 5 minutes left. Yes. So at this point in time, I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching us from the Brand Botswana page, do go ahead and leave us a comment and share with us what it is that is on your mind when we're talking the bulb world. Angel, I did interrupt you. You were still sharing with us what it is you are working on, what we can expect from the bulb world. You said getting into more retail stores was what you were working on.
Yes, we're working on getting to more retail stores. We're also working on getting more projects from corporate and government. That is one of those things that we really, really want, because we believe once we can get in there and someone gives us that chance to show this is what we can do, then we would really flourish. So that's our biggest, and those are the main 2 elements that we're looking into.
So that's what we can expect from
That's
you
what you can
in
expect,
2020.
Emma. In 2020, expect more products. Obviously, these are the ones that are already available. Expect more product development to come into play. As you can see, we've already launched more products as COVID-19 came in, but also more are coming. We started off with our cool whites. We just had one type of color spectrum when we started, and now we've even moved onto the warmer lights. We're now moving into one of those rechargeable lights. We are responsive to Botswana and what's happening within our spaces. These are obviously, and not just responsive to that, but as electricity tariffs go up, we're saying this is a product for you that uses less power, therefore you can save on it, not just smaller Bing, but in your offices and in government. So they are energy savers. I know that's a question we also get a lot.
I was just about to say, explain to us the different lights. You've just talked about cool lights and warm lights. Break that down for us. And then you can also just explain a little bit more the fact, the energy saving aspect, because we have been on a drive to switch from halogen to LED for quite a while now. So just break that down for us. But start with the colors, the different colors.
Emma, I'll start with the colors. Basically, when you look at light, you know there's that light you look at and it's just white, it's clear, anything in, and then there's light you look at and it's a bit yellowish, what you'd see in hotel rooms, that type of yellow light. I know people there by there, but it's not as bright. So those are the different colors that you have, because you're trying to achieve a certain look, or whether your interior design or your interior needs a certain type of lighting. So those are the two. You'll get that yellowish. So people must know this is the type of light I'm looking for. I'm looking for that yellowish calming feel, or I'm looking for just a light that's going to be bright.
So give me some examples. I mean, if we're talking a warmer light, that would most likely go to the bedroom, maybe?
Yes, would go for your bedroom, would go for your bathroom, if you're looking for that calming type of feel. And then your cool whites maybe for your kitchens, because you want it bright and for you to be able to see everything. Even your living room, some people like it in your living rooms as well. But also for your offices, then would a lot of the times would say just get your cool whites.
And then
on the energy saving side, LEDs use less power. If you notice, it's about 100 watts, 60 watts, and all of that. But when you look at LEDs, you'll get 7 watts, 5 watts, which is what we have. We've got a 5 watts, we've got 7 watts, we've got 9 watts, which is what you use on a day to day. Lay our downlights, give one with 3 watts, because it generally uses less energy to produce the same amount of light. So that's what we're saying, and that's why you have even BPC saying switch from now CFLs to LED as well, because they've got that capability to save power or to use less power and achieve the same type of lighting.
A message coming through here from Kendra: at a destination indeed, local is always good. I think I very much agree with that particular statement. But I do believe that our time is up, and as we wrap up, I will get Angel to close off before we say our final goodbyes. Angel?
Yes. Well, I'd just like to say thank you for having us. We're really grateful for this opportunity to reach more Botswana. We are thankful to Botswana for supporting us the way they have so far, and we look forward to being more accessible to them. And we call out to even more retail to come out and list our products and have us there, to corporates and to government to say, Rabana Balona, Reha, Remohaye, use us. Let us show you what we can do.
I love it. And having said that, that's how we call it a day. Pusha BW live sessions happen every single fortnight. Today you were with the village girl from Ramotsa. My name is Kathy Malajani. Like it's na kwe ke kholaile motaka ke hore ke re ke tlabe ke na le re tlabe re na le ba re ke ka nna ga ona le Joey Muthibi le bone ba tle ba ntse ba lefa. Every 2 weeks we will be showcasing a different product, a different manufacturer, a different supplier. At the end of the day, we're saying buy Botswana, eat Botswana, wear Botswana, be Botswana. Pusha BW. From me, bye bye.